11 days into the 2018 tropical cyclone season. Welcome to another update from the Force 13's Australian Ocean Channel. BI Meteorology has a weak low, 1004 millibars, located 06 south, 157 degrees east, forecast to be 6 south, 159 east, clockwise winds 15 to 25 knots in the northern semicircle, moderate to rough seas, low swell. Now this is a look at Invest 95p from the NOAA floaters. The Joint Typhoon Warning Centre has it 4.8 degrees south, 156 east, about 604 nautical miles northeast of Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea. Animated multispectral satellite imagery and a partial MHS Medtop A 89 GHz microwave image depicts a poorly organised low-level circulation, scattered convection. Now we have a look at the tropical tidbits, a couple of tracks on the vest. This is GPS, and the track has changed slightly since my earlier update. As I mentioned in that update, caution needs to be applied when viewing non-official weather sources. Models are run numerous times in a 24-hour period, and the information should only be used as a guide. And we have a look at various models, including precipitation, and the upper level analysis shows a disturbance in an area, low vertical wind shear 5 to 10 knots, good equatorial outflow, sea surface temperatures 28 to 30 Celsius in the region, and are conducive for further development. Global models indicate that 95p will slowly strengthen and track to the southeast over the next 48 to 72 hours. Minimum sea level pressure is estimated to be near 1010 millibars. The potential for the development of a significant tropical cyclone within the next 24 hours remains low. And whilst there is some alignment amongst the models, again it's far too early to say what this low is going to do. Now we have a look at the 24-hour shear tendency. Tropical systems love the area in blue to light green, and the red is unfavourable. And what does one say about that massive amount of wind shear? Look at the wind speed. And something has changed. The upper level divergence has increased. It's up around 50 knots to where Invest 95p is positioned. Now we have a look at Tropical Cyclone 04. It was upgraded to tropical cyclone status yesterday. However, Mateo, France, La Réunion has Invest 93 as a tropical storm, and it's Bitra. I know I haven't pronounced that correctly, but That's another system that we'll be looking at. However, no floaters. I'm just bringing up the information on 04. 04 is located 5.6 degrees south, 89.5 degrees east. Maximum sustained winds 35 knots, gusting 45 knots. And the spelling is Bouchra, 1018 nautical miles east of Diego Garcia, tracking west-northwest at 5 knots. February 8 satellite view, and the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre's satellite imagery. And as I just mentioned, maximum sustained winds 35 knots, gusting 45. And the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre is updated. I had it as 575 nautical miles northwest of Cocos Island, tracking westward at 9 knots. However, it's tracking west-northwest 5 knots. Animated enhanced infrared satellite imagery depicts deep convection, most of the rain bands to the west of a obscured low-level circulation. Tropical cyclone CO4S is in a marginal favourable environment with decent polewind outflow being inhibited by moderate 15 to 20 knots vertical wind shear. Sea surface temperatures are favourable, 28-29 Celsius, whilst the cyclone is in a weak steering environment with a subtropical ridge well to the south. Within the next 24 hours, it's expected to turn back to an eastward to east-southeast track as the steering ridge builds into the southeast. The marginal environment will allow for limited intensification. The tropical cyclone formation probability guide. However, model guidance depicts a range of different scenarios from a continued westward track NavGem to tracks ranging from East HWRF to Northwest Balkan remaining members. Now here's Matteo France's current track. JTWC track forecast follow the bulk of the guidance with high uncertainty. Wave height at this point in time has increased from 8 to 9 feet. And here's some tracks available on the Tropical Tidbits website for Invest 93S, which is Tropical Cyclone 04, or Matteo France La Reunion, a tropical storm. Now we have a look at the upper level divergence. The divergence is up around 40 knots. The latest wind shear, the high wind shear is represented in the red colour. Favourable is green, neutral yellow. 24-hour shear tendency, the intensity scale, right hand side of the screen, tropical systems of the area in blue to light green, which represents low wind shear. Force 13's Australia Oceania channel will continue to bring the latest information on the tropical storm, tropical cyclone 04, tagged by the Joy Typhoon Warning Centre and Invest 95p. And finally, in this update, the GFS total accumulated precipitation for the Indian Ocean region. The rainfall scale is the right hand side of the screen. Now we have a look at what the HWRF parent is saying on 04. And the other HWRF one.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com with the latest. You can also find our YouTube page. You're probably there already, but if not, subscribe if you haven't so far. You can also find our Facebook page, Force 13 all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us on there. You can also help the project become even better by enjoying the benefits of patronage. You can find out more information about how to become a patron and what those benefits are at patreon.com/Force13. You can also add Force 13 on Skype and Fool 13 at extension 9094 on Discord for tropical weather chat.